Hey guys, Nicolas here, back to another video, and welcome back to another episode of the DC Film Review / Retrospective. Today's DC film we'll be reviewing is Suicide Squad. After the success of Batman v Superman, apparently another DCU film was quickly put into production, with director David Ayer taking the director's chair to direct this movie. But with Warner Brothers, on the other hand, due to the backlash for the dark tone that some DCU movies like Man of Steel and Batman v Superman were happening, Warner Brothers were a bit restrictive on the productions for their DCEU films and wanted to make them more lighthearted, just like the MCU. There were even rumors that the movie was edited without the director's permission. Rumors that the movie was edited and cut without the director's permission. The film got made and released in theaters in half a year of 2016, where much like Batman v Superman, it was both a critical and a financial failure. And there was even like an extended cut that a lot of people really wanted to see, David Ayer's extended R-rated cut for Suicide Squad, but sadly we'll probably never get to see it, although we might get to see it after the Snyder Cut gets released. But let's just wait and see. So what do I think about this movie? Well, let's get into the plot. The movie takes place after the events of the death of Superman with Batman v Superman, and with it, after the death of Superman, Amanda Waller decides to assemble a team of bad guys, such as Deadshot, who's basically a mercenary and even has a daughter. And then later he was arrested by Batman, and afterwards he went to Blackgate Prison. Well, Deadshot, played by Will Smith, and later with Harley Quinn, who used to be a psychiatrist. You already know Harley Quinn's origin story. Everyone knows Harley Quinn's origin story from Batman the Animated Series and the comics and all that. And then we get to see with the archaeologist who turns into this thing known as Enchantress. Harley Quinn, also played by Margot Robbie. And then we later get to see this badass dude who can make fire like the Human Torch and all that, minus flying with fire. So much other characters like also Katana and Captain Boomerang. They go on to this mission to stop Enchantress, and in return they will lower down their life sentences with parole. Meanwhile, we get to see the Joker, played by Jared Leto, as he wants to like break Harley out of prison. This own version of the Joker, played by, of course, Jared Leto. They go into this mission, blah blah blah, sleeping, and then yeah, it gets very, very, very boring. Do I have to go through this? But anyways, yeah, they go through these solo missions, and then after all that, they get killed by this random dude. I can't remember what his name was, and one of them actually died. They go do this and do that, and that's it. The movie ends with them having their life sentence lower a little bit, but still in jail. And Harley Quinn gets to have an espresso machine. Later, she gets breaking out of prison by Joker. And the movie ends with that, with a post-credits scene with Bruce Wayne, played by Ben Affleck, once again, talking to Amanda Waller about forming a league as credits roll. For starters, about what I really like about Suicide Squad is that I like some of the darker and grittier tone of this movie a little bit. The action is shot very well, and I thought that the makeup for Killer Croc was pretty amazing. Costume designs are pretty good, but yeah, that's basically all what I got for positives. where do I get this? Well, the problem that I have with this movie is that the story is just pretty overwhelming, and it's just pretty boring, and just makes you fall asleep. And speaking of which, the Joker in this movie is just pretty terrible. Jared Leto was obviously miscast for this, and it's obvious that Warner Brothers was basically rushing this film, much like Batman v Superman, to catch up with Marvel to catch up with Marvel and to get more ticket sales. And needless to say, it didn't work as planned. And I really wish that we could have seen the Ayer cut of this movie, because they have shown some parts of the Ayer cut with Jared Leto's Joker talking to a girl who was pretending to be Harley because she was still locked up in a asylum, which that also reminds of the scene from Batman the Animated Series and all that. Yeah, but one thing is that I really wish that the movie could have done much better with this. Will Smith, well, he's okay as Deadshot, but he was kind of definitely miscast for playing Deadshot. And all that. The teamwork for this movie, the teamwork passion for this movie is not there at all. It just basically kind of ruins it all. And trying to copy his Guardians, but simply fails. Overall, Suicide Squad is just basically just another failed DC movie that I have seen before, and it's just a cheap, written, bad cinematic universe film that I've seen before. And overall, yeah, the costume designs are pretty great, and some of the visuals and the things for the film was pretty amazing. The problem is the tone is not that very good, and I really wish that the tone could have done much better. And all that. The dark aesthetic, it does a really great job, but it doesn't fit into the movie. But all that, 1 minute it turns into like a funny, light-hearted movie, just like the MCU films sometimes. But the next thing is that it goes a bit way too. But the next thing it goes yeah, I guess that's. I think I'm lost now. But anyways, overall, guys, it's just basically just nothing but a cheap written bad DC film that I've seen before, and all that. I give Suicide Squad. I give Suicide Squad 2 stars, and just a skipper recommendation. If you want to watch a better version of the Suicide Squad, go watch. If you want to watch a better version of the Suicide Squad, go watch Suicide Squad: Hell to Pay, because at least that it does capture the teamwork aesthetic, and it shows about how much it can be darker and more fucked up that it can be. And I'm also hoping to see the new Suicide Squad movie directed by James Gunn coming up. James Gunn's, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm really hoping to see that. So that's basically my review for Suicide Squad. What do you guys think about it? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And this isn't the last DC movie that we're going to review, because of course we're in the Joker movie, Wonder Woman 84, and the Snyder Cut right now.